inside the Niger Delta.
In 2019, the Hydrocarbon Pollution Remediation Project, HYPREP, took some major steps to fulfill its mandate on the cleanup of Ogoni land. In this report, correspondent Chika Bodozie chronicles the major activities of HYPREP in the outgone year.
After its official launch in June 2016, the Ogoni Cleanup Project commenced in January 2019 with the handover of 16 sites to remediation firms. Contractors handling the project were immediately mobilized to commence work on contaminated sites across the 4 local government areas in Ogoni land. In the process, various techniques were employed to contain soil and water contaminations occasioned by massive oil spills in the area. And by May last year, 4 new sites were handed over to contractors, bringing the total number of contaminated sites undergoing remediation to 20. The number was subsequently increased to 21 in line with the expansion of HYPREP's scope of work as approved by the federal government. And by October 2019, when the Minister of Environment, Dr. Mohamed Abubakar, visited Ogoni land, he had expressed satisfaction with the quality of work carried out by HYPREP.
We have seen the stages of work, from excavation to the actual treatment of the soil, and from the different depths at various different places based on the level of contamination. We have seen it for ourselves. I can say this is a big success for this administration.
Earlier in September last year, British Deputy High Commissioner in Nigeria, Ms. Gill Atkinson, had undertaken a tour of polluted sites undergoing remediation in Ogoni land.
It's really good to see strong progress happening here and genuine implementation of the project, which has taken time to plan, but as we can see, there's real productive work going on now.
In line with the operational recommendations of UNEP, HYPREP is also required to restore livelihoods lost to the ecological devastation of Ogoni land. Through its Sustainable Livelihood Program, the federal government's agency in 2019 flagged off the first phase of its Women Empowerment Training Program. The program, initiated in partnership with the United Nations Institute for Training and Research, UNITA, was designed to provide Ogoni women with lifelong skills in diverse vocations. The initial 400 beneficiaries of the Empowerment Training Program are expected to train others at the end of the exercise.
I'm delighted and happy because I see that this HYPREP will really empower women after this program to stand on their own, to do the work on their own. They will not stay idle any longer again.
After engaging 21 Ogoni youths trained in Geneva to participate in the cleanup process, HYPREP last year commenced the training of more Ogoni youths to be part of the environmental remediation exercise. No fewer than 400 youths participated in the first phase of the training program.
We want to use this opportunity to say to the entire country, to the entire nation, that the project is real.
Coordinator, what people are doing are taking some of our boys off our responsibility. It's part of what we call empowerment.
In trying to get the oil-impacted communities to buy into the Ogoni Cleanup Project, HYPREP had engaged several stakeholders. In July last year, a 2-day workshop was organized for Ogoni elected representatives in the Rivers State House of Assembly with a view to keeping them abreast of milestones achieved at the time, as well as soliciting the people's support for the successful implementation of the cleanup project. Shortly afterwards, councillors in 4 local government areas comprising Ogoni land in Rivers State were also hosted by HYPREP.
They have stepped into a level that they have really shown us that they are doing their work, day's work. And we expected every other person from Ogoni to join hands and work with them accordingly.
In furtherance of its stakeholders' engagement policy, HYPREP has also reached out to several groups such as faith-based organizations, women and youth groups, the traditional institution, and civil society groups. In December last year, a coalition of civil society groups taking on a tour of project sites had passed a vote of confidence in HYPREP.
To debunk the stories or the rumors about no work happening is to state the fact here. That was one of the reasons why we we interacted with HYPREP, and they insisted that HYPREP takes us to the field and show us for themselves what is happening. And lo and behold, I've been to the field today with HYPREP. I've gone to several sites. I've seen for myself. I've perceived also for myself that work is ongoing.
The milestones achieved in the remediation of oil-impacted sites couldn't have been possible without the support of Rivers State government, as HYPREP'S coordinator, Dr. Marvin Dekil, admits.
We have been working very closely with the Ministry of Water Resources, with the Ministry of Health, with the Ministry of Environment, with the Ministry of Employment. I'm talking about numerous ministries of the government, and they've given us maximum cooperation.
HYPREP'S programs and activities in 2019 were put in place to achieve targeted outcomes in the first phase of its environmental remediation project in Ogoni land. The ability of the federal government agency to effectively manage subsequent phases of the Ogoni cleanup project will definitely tell whether or not it is capable of remediating several other polluted sites in the Niger Delta in years to come.
Inside the Niger Delta,